Well, right now he's top 4. He might even actually end up top 3, but hopefully he's shooting for that top 2. We're going to get into the game here because Daedalus Point is ready to go. We have, of course, our Zerg representatives of Toronto in the top left from Complexity Sound Blaster, our red 1-0. It is Hendrilisk.
And over on the bottom right, it is our blue Zerg, currently teamless. He is down 0-1. Can he make it back in this best of 3? It is Sammyuel.
That's a fine-looking Overlord right there, Delk.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's been lifting.
Oh, yeah,
or maybe just drooping. I don't know. Samuel doing the extractor trick, just looking to get, one extra drone, just that much quicker. I actually thought I read that, in terms of the cost and the time, it's just not worth doing that anymore.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. A lot of players, they just do it because back in the Brood War days, pretty much everyone
is it just more habit these days? Than
yeah,
anything?
it's more habit.
Set in their ways of the build order?
Some builds, it is still mathematically a good thing to do it. Other builds, like the more standard builds, it isn't, which is why you probably read that it wasn't. But,
Well, if Koreans are doing it, I assume it's a good thing.
That's what a lot of North Americans do.
It's hard to ignore the trend setting of Korea sometimes, but very similar openings here. Sammyuel is going to go for the spawning pool first. Hendrilisk is actually going to opt for his hatch. I'm curious to see if he's actually going to go for the third or if that will get delayed again in the ZVZ.
Well, we're going to have to find out. Right now, it looks like, yep, we'll be going for the hatch first yet again. Does throw down the pool, does throw down the extractor. And I like how Hendrilisk and Sammyuel, they both put down the extractor first compared to other Zergs where they throw down the extractor afterwards and then their metabolic boost gets even more delayed than it already needs to be. Right now, Sammyuel still, without taking that hatchery, he's probably going to be being the aggressor yet again. As we've seen in previous TorCrafts as well, he's pretty much always been on the aggression there.
Well, Sammyuel definitely does like to get his spawning pool first, but he doesn't really seem to do much with it. And we have seen repeatedly the person that attacks first in a ZVZ typically actually ends up losing the game because they have that later hatchery coming out because they won't have the larva, they won't have the production, they won't have the income to match their opponents. So I'm a little afraid just seeing that it's no different from game number 1 for their opening. I'm a little afraid for Sammyuel right now.
Well, this is a much different map compared to Yonsu. Again, as I was saying, it's a much more open map. It's very easy to get concaves. It's very easy that if one unit is left on the map by accident over towards the center and not in a base, even in the natural as well, that it's very easy to just go up to it, pick it off with a couple Zerglings, and then run away. And then there you go. You get 3 units killed there. But right now, Bailing Nest on the way. Yeah, as you were saying, same build as last game. Going to have to see how will it turn out. If it does turn out differently, how will it turn out for Sammyuel?
Well, we got a few more Zerglings here earlier there from Sammyuel. In terms of the army from back and forth, it's pretty much just the same at this point. Queens are going to start clearing out some of those silly overlords, just trying to get all that free scouting information. But again, these guys have played each other quite a bit, especially over the last 5 months. And typically it has been Sammyuel landing into 3rd place. We're going to have to see with this push if he can actually make a stab to get into game number 3 for that chance at top 2.
Yep, right now Metabolic Boost is done, but Hendrilisk, his Metabolic Boost is going to be finishing up as well, so it's not going to be making too much of a difference here. Should be able to get this Queen, and that might actually be, not even able to get the Queen. Hendrilisk already running over there to prevent it, and Sammyuel is just going to be getting thrown out of the house.
Is he going to try to kite him into his Banes? He might, but no, Hendrilisk is on top of
things. One Baneling gets thrown down, a second one. Nice connection so far, very good there, but more reinforcements. That defender's advantage for Hendrilisk is working wonders right now. If this was Sammyuel's base, Hendrilisk would not have won this fight. But Hendrilisk going to be able to push Sammyuel all the way across the map now. And Sammyuel's going to get his own Zerglings, and as you were saying, that Benny Hill stuff is going on.
Yeah, pretty much back and forth. Oh, if that had actually connected, this still
gets
can. Ooh, that's a nice hit right there. That's another 5 down and dusted. That's going to be another 2 on top of it. But units lost, 44 Zerglings to count here for Hendrilisk, but he's still maintaining that supply lead.
Yeah, it's mainly because he's had more larvae available to him, and it looks like we're actually going to have a counterattack down the east side of the map here.
Yeah, sneaky. Hendreless is going to try to put some pressure back at home on top of
But there is
Sammyuel.
nothing here.
Well, that's why there's such a supply difference. I mean, the income difference at this point is just massive. Hendreless is farming here at his natural, and he's defending it as well. The Queens and the Zerglings have been able to fend off all these Banes, and if Sammyuel loses his Queen.
Oh, he can't afford. He's going to lose that Queen. That's going to be terrible. The Larvae inject already. Hendreless got such a Larvae lead because of that natural expansion, but now with no Larvae injects available for a little while, he's going to be in a terrible position. Right now, all the Zerglings of Hendreless are coming all the way across the map here.
He's going to go for the kill.
Dayla's Point, a much smaller map. If he can just keep pumping out Zerglings, he may be able to do this. GG, well played. Hendreless goes on into the finals.
2-0 for our first game of the day, 2-0 for the second, and now 2-0 here in our ZVZ. There's a reason that Hendreless is in the WCS Premier League.
Yep, and he's going to be facing either Masa or Nubergini. Masa, unfortunately, not able to retain his Premier League status. Hendreless has yet to prove if he can retain his. But the Toronto favorites so far have been looking like they are here to stay.
Now, we can still say that Sammyuel has a chance at top 3, and I guess, I believe top 4 actually get paid out for prize money.
Top 3, I think, still.
All right, so then Sammyuel looking for at least still his shot.
At the third.
And it's good. His opponent will be determined by our next matchup, as you said, Masa and Nubergini, ZVT. And if you guys don't know anything about Masa, my nickname for him is the Toronto Terran of Terror, because I don't think he actually lost a single match set in all 5 TorCraft Cups. He might have lost a game, but he never lost a set.
He's never lost a complete Best of X series.
And in fact, he actually also became known as the King of the North.
Yeah, he won the Kings of the North event back May 10th. He played Hendreless in the finals there too.
Believe it or not.
Yeah,
so
Toronto represents.
We might actually have that rematch here from Kings of the North, as well as multiple cups, because Masa Nubergini is going to come up next here on the Eschamp Anime North 2014 TorCraft Finals. We are sponsored out here by Chairs for Gaming as well as Anime North, so they've provided the space. Chairs for Gaming providing you great deals, Eschamp with the stream. And we're going to come back to our first Terran match of the day after a few messages here from our sponsors.